Have you ever noticed that most American houses are made of wood instead of brick or concrete? If you're from countries like Brazil, Germany, or many parts of Europe, American homes can seem surprisingly different. The walls look thinner, the construction appears lighter, and sometimes entire houses seem to go up in just a matter of days. To a lot of people around the world, that raises an obvious question. Why do Americans build houses out of wood? At first glance, it might seem like a cheaper or lower quality option, but the real answer is actually a mix of history, geography, economics, and practicality. Let's get into it. One of the biggest reasons is something pretty simple. America has a lot of trees. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. When European settlers first arrived in North America, they found vast forests stretching for thousands of miles. Wood was everywhere. It was easy to find, relatively easy to work with, and much faster to build with than stone or brick. Back then, if you wanted to build a home quickly, wood was the obvious choice. People could cut down nearby trees, process the lumber, and start building almost immediately. Over time, that choice shaped the entire construction industry. Carpenters became highly skilled in wood framing. Lumber mills expanded across the country. Building techniques improved, and generation after generation continued using the same methods. Eventually, wood frame construction became the standard way Americans built homes. But history is only part of the story. Another major reason is cost. Building with wood is generally cheaper than building with brick or concrete. The materials are often less expensive, and the construction process is much faster. A construction crew can frame an entire house in a surprisingly short amount of time. Faster construction means lower labor costs, fewer delays, and more affordable housing overall. In a country as large as the United States, where millions of homes are built and sold every year, that efficiency matters a lot. And let's be honest, people everywhere love saving money when they can. Now, one thing that often surprises people is how strong these homes actually are. You'll sometimes hear people joke that American houses are made of cardboard. And sure, if you've only seen videos of tornadoes tearing through neighborhoods, you might think these homes are incredibly fragile. But that's not really the full picture. The truth is that modern American homes are built according to strict building codes. Depending on the region, they are designed to handle heavy snow, strong winds, extreme temperatures, and a variety of environmental conditions. No house is going to win a fight against a powerful tornado. Honestly, not much will. But under normal conditions, wood frame houses are durable, reliable, and can last for generations. In fact, there are wooden homes in the United States that have been standing for more than 100 years. Here's something a lot of people don't know. Wood actually has a unique advantage over some heavier building materials: flexibility. Unlike concrete or brick, wood can bend slightly under stress without immediately cracking. That flexibility can be especially useful during minor earthquakes or natural shifts in the ground. Instead of resisting every force with rigid strength, a wooden structure can absorb and distribute some of that energy. That's one reason why wood continues to be popular in several regions that experience seismic activity. Of course, wood isn't perfect. It requires maintenance. It can be vulnerable to moisture, termites, and fire if it's not properly protected. But modern construction techniques have come a long way. Today's builders use treated materials, advanced insulation systems, and strict safety standards to address many of those concerns. So, if wood has so many advantages, why do other countries prefer brick and concrete? Well, every country develops construction methods based on its own history, climate, available resources, and local traditions. In places where stone, clay, or concrete are abundant and affordable, those materials naturally become more common. In countries like Brazil, for example, masonry construction became the norm. In many parts of Europe, brick and stone have been used for centuries. The United States simply followed a different path. Because wood was abundant, affordable, and practical, it became deeply embedded in American construction culture. And once an entire industry is built around a certain method, changing that system isn't easy. So the next time you see an American neighborhood full of wooden houses, remember this: they're not built that way because Americans don't know how to use brick or concrete. They're built that way because, for centuries, wood has been the material that made the most sense. A combination of natural resources, economics, speed, engineering, and tradition turned wooden homes into a defining feature of the American landscape. And even today, despite all the advances in modern construction, that tradition is still going strong. So, what do you think? Would you rather live in a house made of wood, or do you prefer brick and concrete? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating facts about America and the world.